Yesterday was not our worst day, America. We've had a lot worse. All the days of slavery, segregation, the internment of Japanese, dropping the atom bomb on Japan, being lied into war by George Bush, and for now decades destabilizing the Middle East and living with people there living with the consequences of war and being destabilized and uncertainty. We've had a lot of shitty fucking days. Yesterday was not the worst. It might be the day, though, that we start to reckon with ourselves, what we look like, who we are. Because, people say, well, this is not what we are as American. Well, I hate to tell you, a lot of the times it is who we are, the bad guy. So maybe we don't want to be that anymore. Maybe that's why yesterday was so overwhelming to so many people, that the out of proportion to really a lot of other horror that we as Americans allowed our government to perpetrate. Least of which is not the fact that we allowed fossil fuels to destroy the planet. We allowed people to make money, and it was more important. And the other thing, just a side note, Democrats explain why rich people have to subsidize poor people in care homes or SNAP or public education, because our money goes to war. And war gives them inroads, all these industries, into resource raping and controlling other countries, whether it's oil or minerals or access routes, whatever it is. I mean, you need to explain why people have to pay taxes, people who make money, whether it's passive from stocks, bonuses, hedge fund managers. You need to really make it crystal clear. It's not just because they're rich, it's how they get rich. Because we all own this planet. Anyway, that was supposed to be a side note. The point is this. There was a gentleman who wrote a guest op-ed in the New York Times. He had been, I think, the secretary under Biden of the Air Force, of Mr. Kendall. And, there was a lot of kind of expected stuff. But at the end, if you give me a minute, I should have had it really ready. At the end, he said something I thought was the most compelling. And he said, we have a rogue president, and we have to be willing to acknowledge and respond. And I think that the most important word in the whole, maybe 600-700 words of his op-ed is the word respond. Because we either have to believe what's happening, and it is truly insane on our parts that we think that just because 30% of the population voted for Trump, half of whom aren't supporters, they're just Republicans, disaffected Democrats, independents, libertarians. They didn't vote for any of this shit. They didn't believe any of it was going to happen. No more than I, as a smoker of 20 years, thought I would get cancer. I still haven't, knock on wood. But the point is this, that it's happening. So what are you going to do, Democrats and other sane people in government? You need now to stop.